The Flash is probably one of the most nerfed characters in every series, no matter what it is or what you're watching. It can be a movie, a TV show, but it doesn't matter. They're always going to make him way slower than he is in the comics, and they're not going to give the Flash's props where they're due. However, in today's video and in the series, you guys can literally just turn off your brains and listen to Naruto be an absolute Chad from the very start of the series. So if you're excited, smash the like button, seeing as the like-o for part 2 is going to be 1,000 likes. Now I know I haven't done it in a long time, but if everybody watching this video right now proceeds to like it, then we will definitely get it done. That said, enjoy.
Hey Ross, sauce it up.
Leave her alone! Naruto would scream as he rushes towards the direction of 3 boys that are pretty much bullying a young Hinata at this point in time. During this, Naruto would be outside with some pretty bad weather going on outside. I mean, there's lightning and rain. Hinata would simply have been outside with one of her prime caretakers when she would have wandered off into the distance, and some young kids would have started to essentially begin picking on her. Now, this isn't nothing new to Hinata, seeing as a lot of people who aren't from the Hyuga clan usually disrespect her for her eyes oftentimes, but this is when a bunch of kids started saying mean stuff to her, right? And they started throwing things at her such as like dirt balls, seeing as there's no snow, but essentially people were essentially just being mean to Hinata, and Naruto pulled up with his little raincoat on, right? And he's like, hey, leave her alone. She has amazing eyes. Like, look at them. They're unique and different. And the kids would be like, yeah, a freak like you would definitely be on her side. I've heard what you have inside you. My mom's told me all about it. And Naruto looks at them and he's like, leave her alone, right? And then he pushes one of them, right? Immediately, all 3 of those kids would begin rushing at Naruto, and Naruto, having the abilities of the Nine Tails within himself, not exactly present, but because the Nine Tails QB actually gives Naruto's enhanced settings, I guess you can say, and what I mean by that is pretty much like enhanced physical strength and stuff like that, Naruto would be able to fend off the 3 bullies, and it would be difficult, but he's able to do it, right? And pretty much after this, Hinata, she's looking at Naruto who's on the ground, right? And she's like, oh, are you okay? Naruto's like, I'm fine, believe it, right? And he wipes the blood off of his mouth. And, from this point, she begins to try to ask Naruto, what his name is. But Naruto doesn't even get to say it before her caretaker comes into the way and grabs Hinata, asking her what in the world she's doing next to this demon. And as this happens, Naruto has a smile on his face when suddenly, boom! Lightning strikes on Naruto, and Hinata watches as Naruto's smile just fades into this contorted pain look. Naruto falls onto the ground and begins twitching as, the lady who was with Hinata's like, come on, we have to go. And Hinata's like, no, wait, the kid, look, he got struck by lightning. And the lady, she's literally just like, that's not our business, right? And so Naruto is literally sitting there laying down on the floor as nobody is willing to get close to Naruto. He's left there for a couple of minutes until Kakashi, who luckily just came back from a mission, would see Naruto and rush him straight into the medical ninjas as they all begin to heal him. And he would pretty much be in a comatose state for 4 years. He wakes up a 10-year-old kid and would be completely confused because it was as if he was conscious but in another realm, similar to his own but alone, where all he really had to do was train, and train. There literally was nothing else to do for Naruto. That was it. That was all Naruto got to do. And because of this, Naruto got really in tune with the Speed Force, which is why this version of Naruto is actually going to be having Blue Lightning. Now, why Blue Lightning? Because Blue Lightning is the fastest lightning, along with, White Lightning. But since Kid Flash is the fastest, and I want Naruto to have that much speed, we're going to be giving him that. And no, we're not even going to be nerfing them. The dude is going to be absolutely broken. So Naruto wakes up, right? And you can't just wake up and immediately go back to class. But when Naruto wakes up, it was almost as if the nurses were shocked, because it's like he hadn't moved. And even though all of his like conditions and everything was stable, it was as if Naruto was just in a perpetual state of sleeping. But he would get up, and immediately the nurses would call Hiruzen there to check up on Naruto. Hiruzen asked Naruto how he feels, and Naruto's like, I feel great, better than I've ever felt, in fact. And you know, Naruto just gets up out of the bed, and you know, he has no shirt on, so it looks like he has abs, and Hiruzen is just like, Naruto boy, what happened? Naruto's like, I don't know, what did happen? I've been asleep, right? And Hiruzen's like, boy, you've been asleep for 4 years. Naruto's like, are you serious? Before looking into a mirror and realizing that he literally has abs. Naruto seeing these abs would be like, awesome. And from here, Naruto begins to walk out of the building, very excited to return back to his house. So he runs using the speed force, and he would appear there literally in an instant. This is when Naruto would notice that his house is a complete mess, and since nobody's been there to clean it for 4 years, it's very dusty. There's spiders everywhere and cockroaches and things like that. And so Naruto's like, guess I gotta start cleaning. So in super speed, Naruto begins cleaning the house. He moves so fast, he creates mini wind tornadoes that would suck up all of the dust, debris and stuff like that, and the entire place would be spotless in literally a minute. A minute, his entire house is spotless. Can you guys imagine that? Like, could you think how awesome it would be to have the speed force? Your mom comes in, you know, you didn't put the chicken to pretty much like thaw itself, and you just run with the chicken. You like just start slapping it to the point where it thaws quickly, right? Or your mom told you to like clean your room before she gets home, and you're like, oh man, I forgot. So you clean it in like an instant. Bro, that is broken. That's broken right there. Also, it would also be pretty beneficial to have like a time stop ability, which is pretty much what Naruto has, seeing as he's going so fast that time just slows down for him. Time is an irrelevant concept to Naruto. That said though, Naruto after this notices that his hair is a lot longer than what he thought it should be. It looks almost like a girl, so he cuts half of it off, but it still remains long because Naruto enjoys the way that it looks. And so the very next day he returns back to class, back to the Ninja Academy, where everybody would see Naruto walking in way taller, way buffer, and he just steps in kind of looking ripped, with like just him just not looking like the Naruto that everybody remembers. But the class would entirely stop, and Hinata would look at Naruto, and it would be almost like love at first sight. He sits next to some random person in the class, and that same day they would have combat training, where Naruto would essentially complete the little kunai shuriken throw thing so incredibly fast. Now, does fast mean precise? No. He misses, but you know, he's close to the targets. But when it comes to like the speed that is required to complete the thing, Naruto goes back in literally less than half a second. And from here, everyone is shocked. After this, Iruka asked Naruto just how fast he moved, and Naruto would say that he's not sure, but that he did it. Iruka begins to immediately be mad at Naruto, saying stop playing around, and then he looks at all of the things, you know, where the shuriken were supposed to be thrown. They're all there. And Naruto's like, Iruka's like, Naruto, stop playing some practical prank on me. Do it. Naruto's like, look, Iruka, watch this. He grabs Iruka by the hand and literally speed blitzes all the way to the Hokage Tower. He's like, now do you believe me? I'm pretty fast, Iruka. And Iruka's shoes are literally on fire. So Iruka's like, hot, right? He starts trying to like pretty much stomp them out, but Naruto laughs, and Iruka's like, Naruto, why are you laughing? Right? But Naruto just begins laughing and saying, you didn't believe me, so I had to show you, right? And Iruka's like, take us back. They immediately go rushing right back, and it literally would have been like 30 seconds that passed, right? But from here, he begins to ask Naruto how well he can use that speed in combat. So he would say to Naruto that he's actually going to be facing him. Now, immediately after hearing that, everybody in the class would be like, he's fighting the sensei? What? The new kid? And you know, Naruto's like, the name's Naruto, not new kid, believe it, right? And you know, everybody just looks at Naruto and they're like, yeah, whatever, new kid. But from here, Naruto begins to spar against Iruka, and let me tell you guys, Naruto literally lays Iruka down flat before he even finishes saying Hajime. which literally just means start or begin in Japanese, right? And it's at this point that after all these years that Naruto would have spent pretty much inside of his mindscape and like in the realm of the Speed Force, that Naruto would just be so fast, so in tune with himself that he is just broken. But during these next couple of years that Naruto would spend in the academy, Naruto would be hailed as the fastest shinobi in all of history. And because of this, he would pretty much like be at the top of the class when it comes to everything, even when it comes to studying, because he can study and learn things so incredibly fast that he would even be the smartest in the classroom. That said, Naruto's overall not really that much of a serious natured guy, and so when they would offer him the position of becoming a Jonin or Chunin and going on Anbu like missions, Naruto refuses and decides that he just kind of wants to stay back with his friends, complete the academy alongside with them. The missions will always be there, but his friends won't be. So he decides that he's just gonna stay, and he remains at his current grade level, not passing on and not choosing to do anything about that. Eventually though, the class would graduate, and on the day of graduation, Naruto would actually overhear Mizuki lying to a student who had actually failed the test, telling him to meet him in a certain location with a certain special scroll. Naruto realizes this because he looks at Mizuki and pretty much reads his lips in slow motion, and so he decides to mess up his entire plans. So by the time that the kid essentially brings Mizuki the scroll, Naruto blitzes in and says, not today, Mizuki, as Mizuki's literally just left to look at Naruto and yell out, "Damn you, Naruto," as he would try to proceed to go and, make some deal to try to escape, but really, he just can't. And Naruto would proceed to grab him by the shirt and drag him over to Hiruzen's office so fast that he couldn't react. And Hiruzen would laugh, saying that, he has something for him, with Naruto laughing, saying that this buddy was a little too slow. Immediately Anbu guards grab Mizuki and throw him into a jail cell where he would be questioned by Ibiki, and from here Naruto would give a pretty hefty amount of compensation, as he would blitz towards the ramen shop, leave the money there and cook up his own ramen, as he would leave and pretty much end up making his way right back home, where he would just enjoy his ramen. And Teuchi, the ramen guy, would smile just seeing that the money appeared and that a little bit of food went missing. So he smiles and he's like, Naruto, right? And from here, he starts making a new bowl of ramen for the customer that he already had made one for. But basically what ends up happening is the next day would arrive, right? And this is the day that all of them would end up meeting their Jonin senseis. However, because Naruto this time around is just like so fast, like he could realistically do whatever he wants, he decides that because his sensei took a little bit of time, he might as well just like go out and enjoy his time. So he goes back to his house, takes a little bit of a nap, and then he would wake up and be like, oh wow, 2 hours have passed, right? So he immediately gets dressed and blitzes over there, and he realizes that Kakashi was just about to open the door to walk inside. Naruto literally sits right down, papers go flying in the room, and Sasuke just looks at Naruto with this like angry stare of just judging Naruto, because it's like he has so much power, so much speed, and what does he do with it? Be lazy, act like nothing's important, and just disregard everything, anything, and anyone when it comes to his life. But he doesn't know that Naruto lost 4 years of his life, so he's gonna enjoy the rest that he has. But Sasuke still, being the angry person that he is, the angry individual. By the way, guys, sorry if you guys hear my chair moving, but it's just like I really need to adjust my back because it kind of hurts. I'm not gonna lie. I really need to just adjust it so that like it just locks in place. I think that was it. Yeah, that was it. Okay, but anyways, what pretty much ends up happening following this situation is essentially the team ends up having their introductions. Now, when it comes to the overall introductions, nothing is really going to be changing just because of the fact that, Naruto is still Naruto. He still wants to become Kage someday. And he would just tell Kakashi that he's gonna be the best shinobi alive, believe it. And Kakashi does not doubt it because he's heard of tales of Naruto and even seen Naruto in action. But eventually what would end up happening is that everybody else goes, and then Kakashi tells them about the bell test. The next day arrives, and when they end up meeting Kakashi for the bell test, and Kakashi explains the rules and is like 3, 2, 1, Naruto literally at this moment would have already blitzed at Kakashi and grabbed the bells from him. And Kakashi's like, one, like he finishes saying his sentence and he realizes that the bells are gone. He then tells Naruto that he wasn't ready yet. And from here, he goes on to lift up his headband, right? As, he tells Naruto that, he can't just do it all by himself. So Naruto's like, all right, I can't do it by myself. Sounds good. So the next time that the thing starts, Naruto goes over to Sasuke. As soon as he says 3, 2, 1, grabs Sasuke's arm with his own arm and pretty much begins to blitz Kakashi with him having his Sharingan active, mind you. Sasuke just saw that and would be pretty angry. He has like this angry expression on his face, and Naruto just grabs Sasuke by the arm and like blitzes at the direction of Kakashi as Kakashi grabs onto tries to grab onto Sasuke, but like Sasuke moves so fast because Naruto was dragging him with him, and so they managed to blitz Kakashi so fast that Kakashi was completely unaware of anything that just ended up happening. So overall, it's basically just a complete stomp, which pretty much begins to finally now start to make sense on why people don't usually make this kind of a video. It's probably gonna end very, very quickly. But anyways, continuing forward with the video, Naruto for the rest of the story essentially takes things way too easy, and every single D rank mission that they would go on for the following week would essentially be a walk in the park. Capturing cats? Forget about it. Naruto can capture those suckers in an instant. But from this point forward, it would be nothing but Naruto just slacking off and not really caring, because he can eat as much as he possibly wants, and actually he needs to eat as much as he needs, because it's like his metabolism is so fast that he just needs to eat so much ramen a day to keep up with his, his lifestyle that he has. So Teuchi is making bank off of Naruto, let me tell you that. And Hiruzen, he has to give Naruto a little bit more spending money just because he knows that Naruto is going to be a very, very efficient, a very, very efficient ninja someday, right? But regardless of this, we eventually do get the day where Hiruzen ends up informing Kakashi that there is a easy C rank mission available. And this time around, Kakashi's actually the one who says that I think they're ready, and the team would eventually end up going on the said C rank mission. Now, on the C rank mission, I don't really see anything changing. I mean, obviously Tazuna's still going to be a disrespectful, arrogant person and, talk trash to the entirety of Team 7, but that doesn't really matter, right? It doesn't matter whatsoever. And pretty much what ends up happening here is that Tazuna, he walks off in a drunk daze and he meets the team up the very next day. Now, Sakura does not like Tazuna very much because he proceeded to talk smack on her, but Naruto could not care less. Naruto could have, if he really wanted to, drawn like grabbed the marker and just drawn all over Tazuna's face if he truly wanted to, but he's not like that yet. But basically what ends up happening is eventually they embark on the mission, and essentially the demon brothers would lunge out at them, right? But Naruto sees them coming at him so slow that he just plays. He literally messing around. He grabs one of the demon brothers' arms and puts it in his nose, and he then grabs his other arm and puts it to get ready to smack himself on the butt. Then he goes on to tie the other brother's shoes so that, wait, you can't tie them because they don't wear that, but basically goes on to he goes on to grab like a rope and tie the demon brother by his leg so that he falls onto the ground, take all of their weapons away and leave them nude so that it's nothing but them in their underwear. And as soon as they jump out and lunge at the team, Kakashi doesn't even have enough time to like act as if he just got killed, because Naruto already left those two demon brothers to fall onto the ground, hit their faces and be like, what the? As they look at each other, they're nude, and Naruto's just laughing. Is like, you guys totally fell for it. The demon brothers look at him and they're like, how did you? And Naruto's like, I'm pretty fast, as he goes on to begin to essentially be like, can't touch this, can't touch this, can't touch this, right? And the demon brothers are like, isn't that song supposed to be invented like thousands of years? But they don't question it, right? And essentially what ends up happening following this point in time is we basically just get Team 7 continuing on with the mission until eventually Zabuza ends up arriving at the area. Now, once Naruto realizes that everything's a bit misty and Tazuna's like, this is how it usually is, Naruto's like, all right, cool. But as soon as that blade begins getting closer and Kakashi screams, everybody out of the way, Naruto grabs the blade mid-air, but it would be so heavy for him that it hits the tree and Naruto's still holding on to it. it. Zabuza stands over the blade and would be like, let go of my blade, kid. But from here, Naruto's like, okay, geesh. He backs up and Zabuza gets serious again, going on to tell Kakashi to hand over the bridge builder. Kakashi's like, there is no way in hell I'm gonna give you the bridge builder. Like, you're out of your mind if you think I'm just gonna give away the reason that I'm literally on this mission, the reason that I wasted so many hours. Like, no, it's not happening. But basically Zabuza's like, have it your way. And then Naruto pipes up and he's like, hey, before you guys start fighting, is it cool if I clear this mist? It's pretty annoying. So Zabuza doesn't even get the chance to act as if he's all sneaky and stuff and be like a ninja or anything, because Naruto holds his hand out in front of him and begins to spin them, creating tornadoes that suck up all the mist and then just shoot it out. So the whole area is basically clear. And like, Zabuza just doesn't have that same cover that he has in the original. So Kakashi and Zabuza end up fighting, and eventually Kakashi is trapped into the water bubble, right? Once Naruto sees this, he's like, damn it, Kakashi, come on, like, how could you get stuck in that bubble of all places? And Kakashi just looks at him like with this face of just like, are you kidding? Like, just help me already, right? But Naruto's like, whatever. And so he blitzes at Zabuza, grabbing him by the collar and throwing him about a mile away from their area, right? Like about a mile away distance. As he grabs Kakashi, and he ran on water, mind you. He's not using chakra to walk on water. He ran on water. And pretty much what ends up happening is that Kakashi is on the ground and he's coughing. He's like, thanks, Naruto. But Naruto looks at him and he's like, don't thank me yet. That dude's still there. You better finish that mission, because I'm not doing it for you. If it looks like you're about to die, Kakashi, I'll step in. But you got this, dude. You gotta be more badass than this. You're a sensei. Come on, dude. And from here, Kakashi's like, fine, Naruto, as he activates his Sharingan, and then they end up having the real fight where, you know, Kakashi ends up getting the upper hand, and eventually Haku comes flying in with a Senbon needle and trying to take Zabuza away. But Naruto's like, hey, before you go, what's your name? Haku's like, I'm not going to give that information out. I'm a tracking ninja. Naruto's like, right. You're a tracking ninja. And I read in a book that tracking ninjas do their job on the spot. They don't wait, they just do it. And you know, Haku begins sweating slightly because it's like Naruto's like kind of catching on to what's going on. But eventually Naruto's like, nah, I'm just kidding. Do your job wherever you want. And Haku's able to get away scot-free.